views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Shirt so sexy it hurts, and I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Doing It with Styles. Thanks for coming back this week. We appreciate the heck out of it, and we appreciate all your support here of the station at WWDB.TV. Don't forget to check out some of the other shows. They're not as good as mine, but they're still pretty damn good. So you know, I love rock and roll. Hard rock and roll, soft rock and roll, all kinds of music. I love it. Today I am very, very honored to have a relatively new, and I say relatively new because I've never heard of you guys before, band called The Jab, right?
That's right.
Okay. What is the significance of The Jab? Is that like a jab, or is that a verbal jab, or is that a acronym for something, or?
Yes.
Yes, all of the above, all right.
All of the above, absolutely. So originally this thing started with me having a solo project, and then I wanted to put together a band, and originally it was being referred to as the Jam Alker Band. And as we came together for this record, and it became very clear that it was no longer a solo project, that it was very much a collaborative effort between the five of us, we'd be out together, someone would ask the name of the band, I'd hear one of these guys say the Jam Alker Band, and I continued to become less and less comfortable with it being centered around me and my name. It's a band, yet at the same time we had had some success with recognition as the Jam Alker Band, so I made the suggestion of sort of abbreviating it, making it the Jab rather than the Jam Alker Band, and then all of the other connotations that can come behind it, the jab, the 5 fingers, right? There's 5 of us hitting you in the face. There's, you know, I have a history of addiction, so there are some the correlations between the jab and some of that's the street name for a pack of heroin you would buy on the streets in Chicago, putting a needle in your arm.
Idea.
Yeah, well, now you do.
Next time you're placing an order.
The more you know.
Yeah. So the combination of those things all together, I brought it to the guys, asked them if they'd be cool with it no longer being my name and this being the way that we make it work and become more of a band thing.
Cool. Well, I'm going to put you on the spot now. So you're coming across like you don't have very much of an ego. Is that true, guys?
Well,
no. So what I want to do is I want to
he's a humble guy.
It is true. Introduce yourself and tell the viewers what instrument you play, if you're right, if you sing, or whatever. So let's start off with you.
I'm leaving.
I'll go with you. You guys have fun. Just turn off the lights when you leave.
So in case you weren't aware, my name is Jam Alker, and I sing a little bit and I play a little guitar.
Okay.
my name's Terry Byrne. I play guitar and piano and all sorts of other stuff.
My name's Tom Stukel and I play drums.
I'm Alex Piazza and I play bass.
I'm Ryan Herrick and I play electric guitar, slide guitar.
Cool. So, bass player, drummer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So you guys are basically the heartbeat of the band?
Yeah, we're holding hands until now.
So, you've got a new album that just dropped on the 4th, right?
Yeah.
And we've got a clip from that called Riot. We're gonna show that in a few minutes, and we'll take a break. We'll show that, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. So, how did you all meet? How did you get together? So you started this off as a solo project, and then you said, I need some backup, or I need a band, or.
Yeah, that was the beginning. I met Riot at Ryan at a songwriters performance showcase a few years ago. Was doing my first record, needed someone who was good at guitar because I'm not that good, and so I asked him if he would start the project with me. He agreed to do that, and it built from there. But so once Ryan joined the band, he knows the history from there. So Ryan, why don't you tell the rest of the history so I can stop talking for a little while?
Nice. So once we were on, everyone else kind of just jumped in the mix incrementally, really. I think it was Tom, you were next, right?
Yeah, I was a Craigslist person.
And then Alex.
I was also Craigslist, saw
Wait, no shit, Craigslist?
I know,
Yeah,
man.
Craigslist
Really?
for
Yeah,
You're
sure.
getting gigs off of Craigslist?
I went
All
to
the time.
fucking music. Or can I swear on the show?
Yeah.
I
Hey,
went,
this
I
is
went to
fucking internet, so we
Fuck
can say
yeah!
I spent $40,000
rock and roll.
on music school, and then I got on Craigslist and found this band.
Wow.
And so that's how I got in. I was with them for like 9 months. Left to do another indie project that some friends put together that exploded in spectacular fashion. And Jamie came calling again. He's like, "Man, some cool stuff's going down." And I jumped back on the train.
Cool.
And Terry had joined in the interim.
Yeah, I met Jam when I was in rehab, so Craigslist and rehab is basically how this band formed. It's truly an American success story.
How many of you were in rehab or are recovering? You too. Okay, so that's a bond that is people don't understand unless you've been there, and they just don't know. And to see what you've done and how you have overcome that is fucking awesome.
Thank
so
you.
I just want to say
I
congratulations.
appreciate that.
Proud of these guys.
And you guys are okay too. I mean, it's just, I mean, we all have shit that goes on in our lives, and hopefully sometimes you can turn it around, and apparently you have. So
We were talking about it last night with my beautiful and talented Auntie Susan, how you learn so much more from failure than you do from success. Not even so much more. I don't really learn shit from successes. I learn everything from my failures and my adversities. So absolutely, I'm truly grateful for all of the things that took me down that path, because it took all of those hardships hitting that bottom for me to be really finally willing to change my life.
Right.
Without that, I wouldn't have.
well, those failures actually strengthen us, and most people aren't aware. Everybody knows who Babe Ruth is, right? He was the home run king. Well, what a lot of people don't know is he was also the strikeout king.
Yeah.
He struck out more than he hit home runs. And I mean, he just got up there every time he got to bat. He went up there swinging, and he went for it. And so those failures are what, like you say, taught him what he needed to do.
Yeah, we've touched on kind of what I would consider the ethos of this project, which is just that it's taking your personal path.
Right.
It's been fraught, and finding the people who help you, walk that path. And
Right.
so we've been walking it together for
And,
a while
and,
now.
and if you're paying attention, there's some fucking awesome people out there, and that's I think one of the things that if you are having a hard time, there's people out there that will help you. All you got to do is ask, and there's, especially around here, I found that it's just, if you ask, there's somebody there.
Yeah.
So
We're
And
there.
legitimately, if you're watching and you are struggling, particularly struggling in addiction, and don't have someone to reach out to, you can always contact me, Jamalker, at jamalker.com. That's JAMALKER.com. If you reach out, I will promise to help to find you local resources to help you get out of the place you're in. You are not alone.
that's awesome.
And that's what's so cool about this band is it's not just a rock and roll band. It's a band, his solo project was about recovery. He wrote that first album when he was in recovery. So the beauty of what we were doing when we were playing is not only playing what we love to do, but trying to help people stay sober. So it's just really great.
That's awesome. And I noticed on the album cover, it says the JAB with the 3 hash marks.
Yes.
And I noticed that you all got the hash mark tattoos.
Show them yours,
Mine's
Ryan.
on my head. Back
All right.
here.
So what's the significance of that, or you just all got wasted one night, and after that you said,
Not
"Hey,
in
enough
this
of
band."
shit." That's
It's
how you recovered, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. It's based off of early in my recovery, studying different forms of spirituality, different ways to be able to fill the void inside of me rather than using drugs to fill the void. I was doing a lot of studying of Buddhist philosophy, and one of the concepts is find the middle way. Not too much, not too little, but always try to find the middle way. And I felt that was something that I really, as an extremist, as a recovering drug addict, could really connect with. And so I liked it, and I drew the symbol. When I thought about the middle way, I drew the symbol with the larger line in the middle, meaning the middle way, not too much and not too little, and it ended up becoming the symbol for the band.
Cool. And then the name of the album is called Consume. Here, let me take it.
It's confiscated. Throw it out the window.
Hey, don't call him here. The money's on the dresser. Don't worry about it. Here you go.
Appreciate it.
So,
What's
the
his
name of the
name?
album is Consume.
Yes.
And what is the significance of that?
This
What do
one
you guys
is, I would say we've kind of taken what was a personal story and personal approach. That was Jamie's first album, which I guess really none of us played on except for Ryan. And this is, I think, a little more outward looking and outward facing. This is, in some ways, a diagnosis of what we see around us.
Yeah, no
so
shit.
like Riot, is a bit of a manifesto, a mission statement.
Yeah.
And then Consume is, if not passing judgment, it's a little harsh, but just saying what we see.
Observation.
Hey, this is what I see going on.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the album is just that. We're looking around. We're trying to say, like, this is how I see things. And if y'all don't think that's messed up, like, we got to talk.
Yeah, seriously. Well, let's take a quick break. We're going to watch the clip, and then we'll come back and we can talk about that. So check this out. This is the clip Riot from Consume.
Everywhere I look, I see mental affliction. Pick a book, this culture is built on addiction. Everybody lies on our life is a fiction. Picture mama crying cause he faced an eviction. First you will deny it, then you run out quick and buy it. And you hope that I stay quiet. No, brother, I'ma start another riot. Wake up, the long night's gone. I came to turn lights on. You think there was right, wrong? I got a feeling that this isn't just my song. I was getting high when I'm lower than a gutter. Just like eloquence turning into a stutter. Hard to see the truth when your mind's full of clutter. A feeling paranoid peeking out through the shutter. First you will deny it, then you run out quick and buy it. And you hope that I stay quiet. No, sister, I'ma start another riot. How many more lost souls dying out of control, trying to fill black holes? You better ask not for whom the bell tolls. What is really higher? Tell me, who do you admire? Ha! Is it your supplier? Bottles and live wires, needles and gunfire. We came to inspire. What is higher? First you will deny it, then you run out quick and buy it. Can't start a riot. I can't start a riot. I can't start a riot.
All right, that was pretty awesome. Now, I've seen it a couple times
Wow.
because I wanted to be prepared.
You believe that?
What?
Can we talk about Ryan's hair in that video for a minute?
Yeah.
Woo! Sorry.
with the eyes?
With the eyes. I'm pretty sure
Or
that.
lack of eyes, if you want to say it that way.
Oh, I was gonna say that I believe all the female characters had eyes in the film. No,
But they were all like milked over.
white. Sure. So in the first scene, the teacher, and then in the second scene, it's the hero's mom,
Right.
who and it represents the characters within it who are following the dear leader, the guy with the mask that's on the screen, the people who have completely bought in to essentially his line of bullshit, which is to consume, that's going to be the thing that is going to make you happy or give you the lie of what the American dream is or should be.
Gotcha.
So they have just drank the Kool-Aid
I
and
was
they're
just,
all in.
that's the analogy I was going to use. So what was the hardest part about doing this video?
I mean, my involvement, it was pretty chill the whole way through. We showed up, hung out while the actors finished filming their bits, and then we got in hair and makeup and hopped in front of the what do you call it, soundstage, and just kind of had a blast playing through the song a couple times.
Cool.
Terry, what was harder for you?
It wasn't as chill for me being the shirtless one in the video, so there was some fasting and water cutting and weightlifting involved throughout the pre-production.
He acts like we ripped his shirt off.
It was my suggestion.
Yeah, we had said, Terry, you're going to be shirtless in this one. He had a couple weeks to prepare, and he did the work.
I wanted to do the first video shirtless, and by like our next album, I'll be like rascal, ready, 400 pounds, and just good to go. And I'll always be able to look back at that video and be like, there was a time, you know.
You can do the before and after.
Exactly.
And when you go on your farewell tour in 30, 40 years.
Yeah, they'll be wheeling me out there.
Can't wait.
So what was the most fun part then?
Ryan, what do you think was the most fun part of doing
Getting
the
to
video?
see that moment at the end of the video they were shooting where like the hero was pretty much like, you know, calling out the evil dude to
Awesome.
yeah.
Some
So,
super talented.
yeah, to watch the actions.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was impressed. It was very well done. The quality was outstanding.
That's
For-
Chicago. You have like no shortage of people. Like in my phone alone, I'm like, well, I know like 40 actors at this point who'd all just like crush it and not do it for much more than a Panera sandwich for lunch.
Yeah, I know. So.
No, we paid our
you've
actor
been around here a
scale.
while, huh?
Yeah, and just the whole thing. I mean, come on, for us to all be able to get up on a real sound stage, have somebody there to style us all, and you know, shoot the first video for our first album that's coming out on a real label that's connected with Sony, getting an opportunity to do this tour. I mean, if you can't find that the whole experience is fun and amazing, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons, I think.
And you guys played Vamp last night, Count Vamp?
Yes.
Yeah.
What a cool club.
Nice, huh?
really
What a
cool.
cool
That cool?
club.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Yeah. Have you been invited back yet, or?
I got a business card and Donnie said come back anytime
Awesome.
with any band.
They asked me to never step foot in there again.
Yeah, I want to shout them out because I'm really taken with how well they run that place and how well they treated even us. They didn't have to give us the time of day as the
Well, the nice
opener.
thing about it too is I can't ever remember seeing or hearing anyone sing a shit band.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, unless they're having a really bad night or something. But I mean, most of the talent that they've got there is top quality, good stuff.
They're
So,
running it right. I hope.
Yeah, so you should feel honored that you got to play there. I mean, it should give you some confidence and tell you that what you're doing is right on.
Hey, last night there, today after we get out of here, we drive to LA. We play at the Viper Room tonight. The places we're playing across the country are amazing.
So where do you play after LA?
Reno, baby.
Back to the desert. I think, right? I've never been to Reno.
It's a bit more.
This is like all uncharted territory for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
And I've meandered up to Chicago. But the Southwest.
Louisiana?
Yeah. I almost wound up in Canada, but I stopped.
That'd be an interesting journey to hear about.
Glad you stopped.
Yeah, me too.
So where is the band? Where's your home base?
Chicago.
Really?
Alert.
I don't know why. I was thinking it was L.A. or something, but
It's
Chicago.
his
Hopefully
hair.
one day.
That's why you thought it was
His
us.
hair. His hair, and perhaps. See, Ryan, you've got so
Got
much
Cali
facial
vibes.
growth. You don't see this man's square jaw the way you would when he keeps it high and tight. But this man has the jaw of I don't know, Thor, perhaps Superman.
Wow.
I don't know.
You
Yeah.
think?
Do I think? I know. I know this. Don't hide your beauty. Don't. Hey, look at me. Look at me. Don't hide your beauty.
He's gonna make me shave tonight.
You're gonna shave it tonight.
Yeah.
So, what's next after the tour? When do you wrap the tour up?
March 1, right? We should be back in Chicago.
Okay.
29th
And
in
then,
Baltimore.
I
and
mean,
then-
we have our LA boys who are kind of what I'd say like interim management right now. They are constantly trying to weasel us into tours we have no business being on. So they're working on.
But that's how you get there, man.
Exactly.
You
Get
know?
there.
We're super
That's
fortunate
how
to
you
have
get
them in our side of the ring. But they're trying to work on tours for April, for the summer.
Cool.
Get us into Japan and Europe with some stuff.
Yeah, you
which would be
guys.
really cool.
After seeing the video, you guys would do well in Japan.
Yeah.
They would love
I
you.
think we'd have a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
they would. Absolutely. And you're welcome back here anytime. Anytime you're coming to town, give me a holler. I'll make time for you. And like I say, I like what you're doing.
Thank you.
Do you have bunk beds?
Yeah. I got a sofa, a love
Yeah, I
seat,
see,
a
like,
chair over
15
there.
feet of couches we
I
can
have a
sleep on.
table out in that room, and I have
mean-
a couple of chairs that we could stick together. So
What about at your house?
yeah,
You keep your fridge well stocked?
I don't have any.
You got a bunch of
alcohol or
raccoons in
drugs.
your life now. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, gonna eat you out. of the house.
I have a nephew. I actually have two nephews that also have bands in LA, and so yeah, I know how it goes.
You know how it is.
Yeah. And I also have a friend who is. The next time you're back, I want to. Hopefully, Alan will be in town. I have a friend. His name's Alan Childs. He was the drummer for Rock of Ages when they were playing here.
Oh, wow.
He was also. He toured with the Tommy. He was a drummer for David Bowie, Rod Stewart, Todd Rundgren,
Nice.
Julian Lennon.
Wow.
Awesome dude. Very, very humble. I'm always trying to get him to tell stories about all this shit, on camera, because he has a show here called Alan Childs Psychedelic Circus, because he's an old guy like me. But he's just, nobody wants to hear that shit. Fuck you, yeah, we do. We want to hear about, when you were on tour with David Bowie on the Aspire tour, and you stayed here, and what happened in the hotel room, and when you were, hanging out getting drunk with Julian Lennon and people, So my point being, next time you're back, I'll still put you in touch with him.
Great.
Yeah, I want
because
to be on the
you never
psychedelic
know.
circus.
Pardon me?
I want to go to the psychedelic circus.
It's right here.
Oh, we're in it
Every
right now.
week. Yeah, I'll give you a
It's
card.
actually
You can go on
tie-dye.
the website. It's kind of like a almost like an MTV type show. We show a bunch of old videos and shit like that, and Alan talks about them, and he does some funny stuff. But he's just a good guy. And then every once in a while, somebody that's cool is in town. He'll have him on as a guest on their show. But he knows people.
Nice.
And so
Love
he's
to meet him.
always willing to to help out and tell you who to go see, who to stay away from, shit like that. Because
Cool.
that's important too. So,
As important.
yeah. So I want to use this time as valuable as possible, because I know you guys got to get on the road to LA. Thankfully, you're going in the right direction on a Friday instead of coming this way.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So,
Good to know.
It's not bad. But where are you going in LA? Where again? The Viper Room?
We'll be at the Viper Room tonight.
Okay. So, Kathy, Jonathan, Brian, go check them out, okay? So,
Do it.
do it. You guys are a lot of fun.
Thanks, so are you.
Nice. Yeah, I know. But it's. I mean, I get guests in here sometimes, and it's just like, So, how'd you guys get started? Oh, a while back. And it's like, dudes, talk to me. So this is your moment to shine. So I'm gonna go down the road here, and each one of you get a chance to say anything that you want to your fans out there. We have just a hair over 1 million viewers worldwide. So
Right
now's
on.
your chance. So
Wow.
Hi. My name's Jam. Got a new record out. Please listen to it. Thank you.
So I don't know what that was all about, but
dude, I gotta ask you this, man. Did you start out as an Elvis impersonator?
no, Sid Vicious impersonator.
Okay. Okay, sorry.
A few Elvis gigs though. But yeah, my name's Terry, and
Hello, Terry.
hello there.
Hi, Terry.
And yeah, we're giving it the old college try. Put our heart and soul into this thing. So check out everything we got out there. We are the Jab, and hopefully we'll be rolling through your city. I mean, Arizona to Baltimore, pretty much covering the whole USA. So see if you can make it out.
Yeah, you can find us easily. The whole album's on Spotify. So give us a listen and let us know, honestly, what you think. We're on Facebook, Instagram. We put a lot of time, effort, heart and soul into it, and I think it turned out really great. It's really complex. There's fast stuff, there's slow stuff, piano song. So there's a lot of great stuff on it. So give it a listen.
Yeah, if I want to say something off track, perhaps, is come to one of our shows, because at the end of the day, we're a bunch of weirdos, and we really like when other people are just their weirdest self. That's kind of like what's most important to me at this stage in my life, is encouraging people to be as weird as they want to be.
That's why I do
And
this.
our shows are really a nice safe space, and if you don't often feel like you have the freedom to fully express yourself, like, come to our show. We'll have some fun, and like, we'll cheer you on. You can cheer us on. That's what it's all about. Just building relationships amongst weirdos.
Yes.
Weirdos rule.
Yeah, man.
And this would be a message to those artists out there that are doing it themselves and banging down the doors. Keep going. We wouldn't be here if we didn't sit down and face the fear at the end of the day. And it's a marathon, not a race. There's a will, there's a way.
So your album just came out, what, a couple days ago? 3 days ago.
Let me see your watch. Yeah, 3 days ago.
Okay, 3 days ago. How long did it take you to put it together before you released it?
It's about
About
a
a
year
year.
total.
Yeah.
Year of writing, recording, and then waiting, mixing, mastering.
And then waiting.
We spent a month in Kentucky recording it with Doin Lundy. Shout out to Doin as our producer and engineer, and he's just like a sixth member of the band in terms of his contribution.
So how many more cuts or songs didn't make it to the album? Or are they all on there? That
we
you-
Believe it or not, they all made it. We went in with 11, we came out with 11. I've never made an album before where every song we went in with, we came out with. Usually lose at least one along the way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Yeah.
We had one
You
tune.
got half a dozen sitting on the floor.
We considered one as like, maybe we'll leave it off. Like, maybe sonically it's not completely cohesive, but we wound up keeping that, and I'm glad we did, because it kind of grew on us over
Yeah.
time.
So musically, who inspired you? What was your inspiration?
I
Who did
mean,
you listen to?
Sure. So I always say that my father, the first album he gave me was Sgt. Pepper. So early on, yeah, man. So early on, Beatles. He was also a huge Stones fan. My stepmom was a big Bob Seger fan. So those were some of my earliest influences. The classics.
I can see that.
Yeah. From then on into my early teens, it was punk, and then I got into some harder rock, and was just whatever has affected me always seems to be the stuff that has real organic instruments, the electric guitars, drum, and bass. I've never been a huge fan of electronic music, so if it's got a soul, 3 chords and the truth are the things that usually hit me hard.
Cool. Your turn.
I actually had a lot of Irish music in my upbringing, and
For fuck's sake.
for fuck's sake,
So you're a huge Riverdance fan.
not that kind of Irish
Terry is
music,
a
more the rebel
Lord
tunes,
of the
more.
Dance, yeah.
He is a lord of the
Actually,
dance.
I got to admit, I love that show. I saw Michael Flatley do the Lord of the Dance here in Vegas.
Oh my God.
And the man is absolutely insane. He knows how to work a crowd. He is a phenomenal performer. I'm surprised he's still alive. But then the original crew left, and then I think MGM Grand started up a show, a resident show here with other people in it, and it was good. I loved the show, but it lacked that something, that heart or soul or whatever. And you can tell. And like I said, watching the video, the Riot video, you guys put yourselves into that music, and it comes across, and it's not
Thank
like
you.
you're just up there putting in the time. Your heart and soul and blood, sweat, and tears is all in there. Sorry to interrupt. Your turn.
Thank you.
I'm always
Thanks.
up for a good story about Michael Flatley. But, no, I mean, so there was a lot of Irish music, but also a lot of old blues and old country. You know, Hank Williams and Robert Johnson, and he was talking about organic music. Some of my favorite stuff, was recorded in the 40s and 50s, where you can really hear the pain in someone's voice, or just
The blues.
those old recordings where it sounds like you're sitting right next to that person, and the stuff that you can really feel, and especially now that everything is very, very formulated and overproduced, like going back and putting on like a Robert Johnson song, it's I try and bring that realness to my playing as much as possible.
Cool.
So.
I went about kind of almost the opposite of jam. So I started with heavy metal, Iron Maiden, Ozzy Osbourne, stuff
Yeah, I can
like
see
that. And then I heard Stevie Ray Vaughan,
Oh, okay.
and it blew my mind away. So then I went a different direction completely, and then I went into jazz, and then kind of mixed it up. And that's, I think, what we try and capture in this band is a mix of all these influences that we have. We actually have a new single coming out, Dank, Mississippi, and we filmed a video for that one too, and that hopefully is going to be out in the next week or two.
Within the next week.
Yeah, so check that out
gonna be
on
cool.
YouTube. And what's really great about it is Terry starts with a harmonica, so it's got like a blues influence, and then all of a sudden these heavy
Oscar?
guitars and drums come in. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For those of you who don't know, Lee Oscar is a harmonica player started with War. He's got probably 3 or 4 or 5 solo albums now.
Oh, wow.
Just absolutely, the guy's phenomenal. And the reason that popped into my head was 2 things: the harmonica, and you were talking about Irish music, because there's one cut that he does on, I think it's Before the Rain album, where it's just him with the harmonica and bagpipes, and it's just
Solid
when you first-
combo.
Yeah, we should listen to some more on the way up.
Yeah,
It's been a minute since I
but
listened to one.
Yeah,
Haunted
it's a good
House,
call.
all of that stuff is just really great. So sorry,
No, that's okay. So it's got the blues influence, it's got the heavy guitar influence, so it's all of us, and it's I think it turned out really great, and it's hopefully the single's going to move.
We had a review that said we are redefining a genre with that song.
Yeah.
Wow.
That blues, metal, jazz, Irish genre that all the kids are screaming about these
I think that
days.
just fits into adult contemporary, right? I don't know what that genre
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
at all. Yeah, so I grew up in the New Orleans area and kind of went through the academic channels, just did, band in the school programs, the public schools. We had a
Right.
super serious jazz big band. And so, like, playing-wise, I'm in that very rigorous, formal setting. But, like, listening, my mom turned me on to New Wave when I was a kid. So it was, like, B-52s and Susie and the Banshees and XTC and stuff. And then my dad is a piano player and, like, a huge jazz fusion guy. So I'm
okay.
listening to Weather Report and,
Awesome.
like, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You need to watch Alan Child's show. You would
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, I really feel like
Yeah.
I'd vibe with it. And did more academic music, got like a jazz degree in college, and
Wait. You can get a degree in jazz?
yeah, jazz studies.
I
like
wasted my fucking life.
you can get a master's degree in jazz if you throw enough money at it. It's ridiculous. But no, my influences, like I'm listening. I went to school in Memphis at first before moving to Chicago, and so I got into a blues band, and we were doing like the Beale Street Strip kind of thing.
There's a place. I was stationed in Memphis 100 years ago, and there was a place that I used to go to, a blues place downtown. I wish I could remember the name of it. I don't even know if it's still there.
You got BB Kings, you got Rum Boogie, you got Blues
It
Hall.
was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, I love live blues, and it's hard to find anymore.
That was
There's a lot of blues influenced music,
Yeah.
but I mean the real down home Memphis.
That was kind of my like formative musical experience, because I'm in this just working band, and the first time they're like, all right, bass solo, and I start playing, and I can hear the crowd noise getting louder because everyone's ignoring the bass
Yeah.
solo, and I'm like, oh man, you gotta like play to make people pull out their wallet and give you cash.
Yes.
That's how hard you have to play
That's it.
if you're going to be a productive member of this band. So that was pretty eye-opening. And then we traveled a fair amount, so that's where I got some experience on the road and how to mitigate fights between barely functioning alcoholics while driving. And I got tased while driving one time. It was stupid, but yeah, so the Southern thing.
I apologize for that already.
This band's a lot better behaved. No, love the guys in Ghost Town Blues Band. Shout out if you ever see this. Yeah, so I mean, Southern music and roots music is pretty much the formative stuff that I bring to the table.
For me, it kind of started with like the 60s revolutionary music that happened in 65 to 72 that really perked my ears up when I first started playing. But if you dig deeper, it really comes from the blues. It comes from traditional folk and roots music, and that's what really grabs me right now. It's what inspires me is like tribal music, that Native American like 4 on the floor kind of beat, but that bluesy grit and just soul that goes into it, like Book of White, Mississippi Fred McDowell, all those guys. Amazing.
Cool. Well, we're kind of running out of time because I know you guys got to get on the road so you can make it to your gig. Just kind of wave bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Listen to Consume. It's on all major streaming platforms and minor streaming platforms.
And we'll have all the info up there on the screen for them so they know where to get a hold of you.
Yeah, you put my phone number in case
Buy
anyone wants
the
to
music.
send nudes.
TheJabMusic.com is the website too. TheJabMusic.com. Thank you.
And I'd like to thank you again, everybody. You know how much I appreciate you coming here every week. And even those people who don't watch, I appreciate you, those too. And don't forget, this Saturday, 9 a.m., I'll be over at Barnes & Noble's doing a book signing.
Wait, you wrote a book?
No, I just go over there and sign books that people buy. All right, everybody. Remember, if you're going to do it with styles.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice work, John.